Alright, let's talk about GST. GST stands for Goods and Services Tax. And it came in on the 1st of July 2000, and it's a 10% tax on most goods, so things that you buy, and services, so if you get someone to do some work for you, for example. Let's have a look at an example of how we'd work it out. So add GST to a dishwasher that costs $570 ex GST. Now, ex GST stands for excluding GST. So in other words, it's before the GST has been applied. We know that 10% from our previous lessons is 0.1 written as a decimal. So 10% is 10 over 100%. And then 10 over 100 as a decimal is 0.1. And we know to work out 10% of a number, we times it by that decimal. So 0.1 times 570 gives us $57. We add that to the ex-GST. So ex-GST, it cost $570 plus the 10% GST gives us a price of $627, and we say that that is the price including GST. Going back the other direction though is a little bit trickier if you're told what the GST inclusive price is and you want to work out how much the GST is. And let me show you what I mean by tricky. If someone said to you, how much GST is there on the dishwasher costing $627? Well, you go, a lot of people go, oh yeah, it's 10% GST, so 10% of 627, well there's $62.70 GST. But we just worked out in our previous little bit of work that the GST actually equaled $57, not $62.70. So how come? Why the confusion? Just if we imagine going back to the original 570, if we split that up into 10 pieces, each piece being 10%, we'd get 10 lots of $57. Okay? We take one of those, which are 10%, and we add it, because that's our 10% GST. So 10% of the non-GST price gets added. That all comes up to $627. But you'll see now there are actually 11 pieces that make up the final amount, because we took one of these slots of 10%, added it on top for the GST. So in other words, to work out how much GST is, we have to divide it by 11, because there's now 11 pieces. So to do it, we take the GST inclusive amount, divide it by 11, and that will give us the correct amount for the GST. So we say that their amount of GST is $57. Alright, that's GST. Well done.